Hey girls and guys and girls. Okay, so I totally apologize. On the last video, I said I was going to explain the number 13 and how I'd been seeing it a lot lately, okay? So when I first started out on my journey and my faith walk, right, with God, I was shown biblical meanings of numbers. Okay, so on a couple of videos, probably a few months back or however long it was, I went into my camera roll and I showed you guys the biblical numbers that I had received. Okay, and how it explains what the number is supposed to mean. So 13 on the biblical picture says it means lost, right? And oftentimes it did actually mean lost, okay? Or like a rebellious kind of lost, right? So I used it in that context, but 13 can have multiple other reasons. As you know, in the world, they use Friday the 13th as being something that's bad, okay? So 13 has had a bad rep for a while, okay? But it doesn't always mean lost, okay? Or the lost ones, or a lost thing, or rebellious thing, okay? It has other meanings. I'm going to go into that with you shortly, okay? Because now I know that there are other ways that we can acknowledge that 13 has other meanings. And I know that people be like, oh, but you probably said that it meant this before, but in different contexts. If he is speaking to you in a certain way, that number, right? This is how it definitely has no relevation. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak, Carly. Speak. It has no relevance to any kind of angel number, right? Angel numbers are demonic and confusing and from the devil, okay? But when it comes to God's numbers, he will make sure that you understand it for your purpose in what he is trying to say to you, okay? I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh, Lord, help me. Right? So and as it says, right, he doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right? So we will get the information that we need for the time that we need it, okay? He's not going to overload us with information. He's only going to make us prophesy or know things in part. We don't know everything, okay? Nobody ever will know everything. We are not God, okay? That's how I see it. So yeah, that verse is also Exodus chapter 4, okay? God does not call the qualified, he qualifies the ones that he calls, okay? So that obviously meant lost, right? So I oftentimes saw 13 and 31. Yesterday I posted a video and the time on it said 31:13. I was like, here we go again. And I've been seeing 13 for the past couple of days. 13:13, 13:31, 13 all over. Like, I've been seeing it. Even the picture I put of the house on the last video was 13, but the house stood out, the door stood out to me when I went looking for the door to use as the picture. And I was like, I looked at the top and then I seen 13. I was like, God, like, right? And I had not spoken that I had seen 13, so there was no algorithm, nothing. I kept it to myself. I just kept on seeing it and was like, there's definitely something you're saying with the number 13, right? Okay, so there are other ways of determining what 13 means, and we have Strong's now and the Greek, right? Recently in a dream, he spoke to me and said Greek, okay? Greek, and I was like, okay, then I'm taking that as everything that I see now, number wise, to go and read up the Greek version of it, okay? So this is where I am going to have to come off of my page that I created and go and show you what 13 means, right? But it's okay because I actually enjoy doing it this way. It's just for the purposes of making the you know, when you end the video and then you put it on YouTube, oftentimes I'm seeing my phone screen and I don't want to see the phone screen. I want to see the 30, like I want to see this picture at the end of it. So I may go back into my pictures just so that I can get this as the screen that's at the end of the video, right? Hope that makes sense. I hope people who know, who create on here, understand what I'm trying to say. So we're going to come out of this anyway, before I get into my whole speaking too much So as you see, number 13 was searched so that I could find a picture of the number 13. That's how I do, okay? And I'm probably giving away that little secret, but I don't think it's all that fancy, to be honest. Anybody can edit the way that I edit. We've got phones in our hands. It's not hard, you know. The only thing I don't edit is when I make mistakes on this video. So I apologize, but I don't apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, if that's the right way to say it. So 13 Greek concordance, all right? So when we went into 13, it says Agabus or Agabus, okay, Christian prophet. So we're going to go into it so that I can get the proper abbreviation, hopefully. Screen says 0909. Uh-oh. That mean? Go check that too. Probably later. Agabus. Does it say Ag-a-boss? No, Ag-ab-os. Ag-ab-boss. That's how you pronounce it. Agabus, a Christian prophet. So I went to go and find out about Agabus, okay? Let's go. Are you going to work for me? Yes, you are. There we go. Good phone. It's been giving me a little bit of trouble, you know. It's time for an upgrade, you know. But I'll get the Agabus. And it says prophet there, but we're going to go in and then we're going to find wiki. Because wiki is a good tool, okay? So here. We're going to read up about him and find out what it's saying at this time, okay? And when I did that video from the dream and stuff, I was like, yes, Lord, this is how I know that you're speaking, okay? But let's read, because reading is fundamental. Agabus was an early follower of Christianity, mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles as a prophet. He is traditionally remembered as one of the 70 disciples described in Luke 10:1-24. So let's go into biblical and traditional accounts. According to extra-biblical tradition, Agabus appears to have been a resident of Jerusalem. He is said to have been one of the 70 disciples mentioned in the Gospel of Luke, commissioned to preach the Gospel. It is said that Agabus was with the 12 apostles in the upper room on the day of the Pentecost. According to Acts 11:27-28, he was one of a group of prophets who travelled from Jerusalem to Antioch. The author reports that Agabus had received the gift of prophecy and predicted a severe famine which occurred during the reign of the Emperor Claudius. Also, according to Acts 21:10-12, a certain prophet, speak properly, named Agabus met Paul the Apostle at Caesarea Maritima, in AD 58. Sorry, guys. He was, according to the Jamieson Fausset Brown Bible Commentary, no doubt the same Agabus as had been mentioned in Acts 21:27-28. And Heinrich Meyer states that there is no reason against the assumed identity of this person with the one mentioned in Acts 11:28. Agabus warned Paul of his coming capture. He bound his own hands and feet with Paul's belt to demonstrate what would happen if he continued his journey to Jerusalem, stating the message of the Holy Spirit. So shall the Jews at Jerusalem bind the man who owns this belt and deliver him into the hands of the Gentiles. Paul, however, would not be persuaded to stay away. Agabus' symbolic action has been compared with the Jewish prophet Jeremiah. Thus the Lord said to me, go and buy yourself a linen waistband and put it around your waist, but do not put it in water. So I bought the waistband in accordance with the word of the Lord and put it around my waist. For as a belt is bound around the waist, so I bound all the people of Israel and all the people of Judah, to me, declares the Lord, to be my people for my renown and praise and honor. Tradition says that Agabus went to many countries teaching and converting many. This moved the Jews of Jerusalem to arrest him, and they tortured him by beating him severely and putting a rope around his neck. He was dragged outside the city and stoned to death. Jesuit, I don't know. The theologian Anthony Mass says he was martyred at Antioch. Oh, so many difficult words right there. But he was a prophet. He prophesied what would happen to Paul, and Paul didn't listen. Okay, so a lot of the time I do feel like that is something that happens when I speak. Okay, so it had me like look at my own situation kind of thing, because that's what initially when he speaks to me, it does. Okay, it speaks to me and my situation. And as you can see, I tried to do this like 3 times and it never worked out for me. Right, but he would speak these things to Paul, and he just went against everything that he was saying to him. Okay, tried to save his life basically and tell him what was going to happen, because he had seen it, he had prophesied it. Okay, and he went about prophesying to people, and he did convert people back to God, right? So a lot of people didn't like it in the end, and then that's what his fate was. Okay, and sometimes like when we're walking and we're telling people of these things, they will try to chastise you and treat you badly. Okay, that just was symbolism of how I've been chastised because of the walk that I've decided to go on to. Okay, people don't understand it. They can possibly see that we changed in certain ways, because you will change, right? There will be things that you no longer do because it just doesn't sit right with the Holy Spirit, right? And a lot of people don't understand like how you've made that change. Like some will see that it's evident that it's God that's done that work in you, because you probably was a bad breed. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I was a bad breed. Okay, I was rude. So when you make a change, it's going to be evident when you have made certain changes. Okay, you don't do certain things anymore, people will recognize that. And then once you start speaking of how it was God who did it to you, there are going to be people who ain't going to like that. Okay, there's going to be the enemy who definitely don't like it, and he will use whoever he feels like to do that. Okay, that's just who he is. He ain't going to want to see you prosper in any way. Okay, so 13 doesn't always mean lost. 13 can mean that there is something that is being spoken to you. Okay, so you could be seeing this number and thinking to yourself, what does it mean, what does it mean? And then you go to the biblical sense and you're thinking you're lost because you're not understanding something, when in actuality it could either mean that it is lost in a sense that you're lost because you're not thinking about it properly, you're not looking at the situation in the way that you're supposed to, because it's being prophesied to you what is actually happening, but you're not seeing it, right? So that's one way. It could be speaking to you, the number, when you're seeing it, or it could be the sense that you have seen, you know, but you're refusing. Okay, you're making yourself lost in that sense. Okay, so yeah, I've been seeing this number 13. Okay, and I just needed to come and explain the number 13 in the way that I've been seeing it. And 31. Okay, 31 oftentimes, as I said, in the biblical sense meant immature, right? So I'm keeping my screen because I'm almost finished this video, so I won't come out of it. So I'm going to use my other source, which is 31 Greek Concordance first, and then we can try Hebrew afterwards and see what that says. Okay, so I have no idea what the word for that actually says because it's in Greek, but oh, there's the abbreviation. It says AGGELIA, a message. Come on now, tell me he's not speaking. Go back and look at the video. Okay, what was the name on the video now that I did? The one before this and before the door one. What was it called? What was it called? I can't remember. But go and look back, okay? You will see the timing on there. It says 31:13. And most of the time, I don't pay attention unless it's something that really, like, my spirit says, pay attention, because I have been seeing this number, right? So clearly in the Strong's, 31 means a message, okay? And then 13 means something that was prophesied. We just went and we saw about Agabus. He prophesied a lot of things, okay? A prophecy, a message that was given. Listen, nobody can not tell me. Each and every time I say this, God ain't talking. God speaks, okay? You just have to want to listen. You just have to want to listen. Are you going to be obedient? Okay, so now we're going to look up 31. No, let's look up 13 first, because that's why we're here. 13 Hebrew concordance, okay? No, Strong's, not Hebrew. What am I talking about? Sorry. Strong's concordance. It's probably because I was thinking about Hebrews then. Still haven't. Never mind. Anyway, Strong's concordance number 13 says, yeah, the Strong says Agabus too, right? So Strong's in Greek says Agabus. No, that's Greek. No, wait. Hold on. Strong's Hebrew. Yeah, see, this one means Abdan, which says destruction. So you see now how this number, can have different meanings. In the biblical, it says lost. In the Strong's, it says Abdan. And the Greek, it says Agabus, okay? Which Abdan means destruction, and Agabus means the Israelite prophet, a prophet, okay? And in this sense, he's told me Greek, okay? He spoke to me and said Greek. So I know which one I'm looking at, right? If he wants me to look at it in a different way, he will show me in a different way, and he will show you in a different way. So I'm just coming here to give you like the instruction of how it's been relayed to me, so that you can apply, that's the word I'm looking for, apply the methods in your own life when these things start to pop up in front of you, okay? So that you can have an understanding for your situation, right? So don't always take one way of the meaning of a number to be what it is. That's what I'm trying to get through to you, okay? That he will show you which way it means. Try all three methods. Look biblical, look Strong's, and look I was going to say Hebrew, Greek. Right? So look all three ways and see which one it is that he's speaking to you that has the meaning for whatever it is that he's trying to speak to you about, okay? This is about your personal journey, not what I come and tell you the way that it's supposed to be, or anybody else, okay? Do not put us on a pedestal. Go first to him. If you hear us and what we say, take what we say, okay? Like I take what people say with a pinch of salt, okay? Because some of it can have relevance to my life, some of it, not everything, because not every message is for you. Like not every message that I listen to is for me. There can be little parts, there can be a grain of salt in there that he's trying to speak to me, and the whole message could be about some marriage, and it's not the marriage part he wants me to pay attention to. It's something that that person said that's going to confirm something he's already spoke to me that has nothing to do with marriage, okay? So he speaks to you the way that he needs to speak to you, and through the means that he can get to speak to you, right? But anyway, I hope that this video helps. My nose is itchy. So I'm finished, and I'm gonna bid you adieu. I hope that this message helps whoever it's for, or gives you some kind of understanding about how to look at numbers when you see them in that way, okay? Because I know a lot of people probably see a lot of doubled up numbers and things like that, okay? Just please don't go to angel numbers. I beg, please don't go to angel numbers, okay? Been there, done that, confused the heck out of me, sent me to a place I should never have been, and a world that I would never wish to ever visit again, because very demonic, and we don't need that in life, okay? So please stay clear of all of that. Yeah, that's it. So have a great day, evening, night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Ciao, Bella.